Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to explore a really powerful tool that helps us make sense of the world through data. We will be talking about a programming language called R. We are surrounded by data every single day, right? Numbers in a sales report, figures in a scientific paper, they are everywhere. But how do we take all these numbers and turn them into something useful, into actual knowledge? Well, R programming is one of the very best answers to that question.
Okay, so let's get started. First things first, what exactly is R programming?
So R is a special kind of programming language. For one, it's open source, which simply means it is completely free for anybody to use and to study. And second, it was built for a very specific purpose, working with data, for statistics and for analysis. Most importantly, especially for beginners, it is designed to be easy to learn. Its main job is simple, to help you turn raw data into valuable insights.
So, we know what R is, but why does it matter so much? Why do so many companies and researchers depend on it? Let's find out. The real power of R comes down to three key things. First, it helps you clean your data. You see, data from the real world is often quite messy, and R has tools to help you tidy it all up. Then, you can analyze it to find patterns and trends that might be hidden. And finally, you can visualize your findings with charts and graphs, which makes it easy for anyone to understand. And what is the result of all this? Smarter, data-driven decisions.
This sentence really captures the magic of R perfectly. It takes something like a plain spreadsheet full of raw numbers and helps you transform it into a clear story, into meaningful information that you can actually use. And this is a perfect example. Just imagine you are a business owner. With only a few lines of R code, you can take your sales data and create a simple chart just like this one. Instantly, you can see that, okay, coffee is selling very well in Delhi, while chai is the favorite in Mumbai. This is that transformation from data to knowledge happening right in front of you, helping you decide where to focus your marketing.
So we have seen why R is so useful. Now let's look at how it's actually used in a typical data project. There's a very clear step-by-step process.
The important thing to understand is that R is used through the entire process. It begins with collecting the data, then cleaning it up to make sure it's accurate, and then followed by the analysis to find those insights. Finally, you use R to visualize what you found and create reports to share with others. So you see, it is a complete tool for solving real problems, from the start to the very end.
Now, here's the good news. You don't have to do everything from scratch in R. The community has built some amazing shortcuts to make your work much faster and much easier. These are called libraries. Just think of them as pre-built toolkits for specific jobs.
So, what is a library? Well, it is simply a package of code that someone else has already written and tested for you. By using a library, you are saving a huge amount of time. Instead of writing complex functions yourself, you can just use these reliable, ready-made tools. This not only makes you faster, but it also helps make sure your analysis is accurate.
Here are three of the most famous libraries you'll hear about. dplyr. Think of it as your data's personal organizer. It helps you filter and sort it. Tidyr is like the cleaning crew for your data, tidying up anything that is messy. And ggplot2 is your data's artist. It is what creates those beautiful, professional charts and graphs, just like the one we saw earlier.
But R is not just about understanding what has happened in the past. This is where it gets even more powerful. R has advanced capabilities that let us step into the world of artificial intelligence and machine learning, which basically helps us predict the future.
Let's just look at this comparison. Most of what we've discussed is called descriptive analytics. It looks at past data and it asks, what happened? But with AI libraries in R, we can do predictive analytics. This asks a much more interesting question. What will happen next? It uses all the historical data to find patterns and predict future trends, like forecasting next month's sales. For any business, this is a huge advantage. So, we have seen that R is a complete, powerful, and very accessible tool for anyone wanting to work with data. It takes us from raw numbers to clear insights, and it can even help us predict what's coming next. So the only question left is the one on your screen. Now that you know about this tool, what problems will you solve with it?